Ah, winter. What can be a great time to hop on the water for silent, snowy paddles in solitude could also leave the dry snow behind and present you with a fortress of freezing rain and wind. I've always loved a good snow paddle, but freezing rain, high winds, and no sunshine in sight test even my motivation to train.
All right, guys, April here, and there's a lot of winter paddling tips out there on the internet, and I've made a few of them. And what you're usually trying to do is get people who are newer to paddling or newer to winter paddling out on the water and doing so safely. But I want to give you guys my literally for real top 3 tips. So these are 3 things you already paddle. You know to check the conditions. You know to have a, file a float plan. You know how to dress. You know what the heck you're doing. And you've got a couple seasons under your belt and you just want to start taking paddling a little bit more seriously. You have a real expedition or a real race that means a lot to you. And you want to get out there when it's freaking cold. Like it's 34 degrees right now. I'm cold. Thank God the water's warm. Look, it's steamy. It's so cold out here that the water's like on fire. So, fire, F-I-Y-A-H, fire. So, what are 3 things that help me get on the water when it's like this? Because this isn't pleasant. Let's face it, this isn't fun. It's kind of fun. All right, it's fun. But it could be very unfun. So what are some things, my top 3 tips, that make it more palatable? Tip 1. Shea butter. When I go out and it's cold like this and it's windy, my lips get chapped, my face gets chapped, it hurts. Don't leave home without it. It does not clog the pores. It doesn't give me zits. I mean, I'm gonna shower when I get home from my workout or my long paddle anyways. I take the shea butter, the cheeks, the nose, the lips, the eyes, the chin, the ears, the neck, anything that is exposed to the elements. I slather this on and it gives me a nice protective layer, and I'm not kidding, it makes a difference. It really helps. Tip 2, big tip number 2, aluminum tape. No, sorry, I'm in America. This is aluminum tape. There's no second I in it. It's aluminum. I like to cover the scuppers of whatever craft. You guys might have seen this. I shared with you guys the day I taped my outrigger scuppers in my kahele. So I shared that tip with you guys, and I was shocked how many people really loved that tip. So I'm really glad. Thank you guys. But yeah, it's just dry feet or warm feet, and I could possibly get some water in this. I know I will probably get a little bit, but like I mentioned, if I have to poke, I can drain that really quick. And then yeah, my feet would be wet until I got home, but I'm just gonna retape them the next time. The 3rd tip is about clothing. Dress well. You're probably gonna wanna paddle on a couple days that it's raining. Get some foul weather, waterproof gear. If it's not raining, I'm gonna wear my neoprene layer, right? If it's drizzling like it's about to right now, it's about to start raining, but I still wanna get paddling, dry separates. I personally prefer separates in both neoprene and Hyprotex or dry gear, because if I do, I don't know, find a boat wake in the middle of winter to go catch and I overheat, I want to be able to shed a layer. That's really, really important to me. If I'm going for a downwinder, however, so if I'm downwinding, then I am in a full wetsuit or a full dry suit, not separates, because the separates have the potential to like peel apart and fill with water, and that's no bueno.
Underneath either neoprene or dry gear, I'm usually wearing wool or alpaca, something that retains body heat even when wet. No matter what you wear on the outside, the big tip is layering, dressing for the cold and being prepared for submersion, but also being able to peel back layers and avoid heat stress, which a lot of people underestimate.
Inherently buoyant PFD, especially in downwinding in that scenario, if you were in your wetsuit and or dry suit. So April's for real top 3 winter paddling tips. Oh, it's starting to rain. So let me put on my dry top and get on the water for my paddle. But that was it. Those are the tips. Yay, inherently buoyant PFD. It's gonna keep me warm while I go out there now. Thanks, guys. Subscribe.